Hello and welcome to Macrame Keychains as part of the take-home crafts from Bettendorf Public Library. This you will see is our finished product. So we just wanted to give you a heads up on what the finished product can look like. I also want to show you, in case you don't want your keychain to be as long, I have a shorter one that I've also done that I will talk about. The main difference in these two is the length of the macrame cord. In this short one, I have 4 macrame cords. The first 2 are 24 inches long, the second 2 are 16 inches long. And in this one, my macrame cords are 48 inches long and 32 inches long. In your kit, you will find a key ring and 4 pieces of cord. 2 of them will be 48 inches long and 2 of them will be 32 inches long. Your first step will be to take the longer macrame cord, and you want to kind of line up the bottom so that it's equally folded in half. So I'm going to do that. Then you'll take your key ring here, and you're going to put this through your key ring. Now, once you've got it through, you want to grab the other 4 lengths of the rope and pull tightly. Now, you may have to fix this just a little bit so that the ropes aren't twisted over one another, and you can easily do that with your fingers just to make sure they're relatively straight. Okay. All right, and then next we will get started on square knots. All right, we're ready to do our square knots. You can see I've got my 4 strands of cord here ready. The first thing I'm going to do is make what I call a soft triangle. It also kind of looks like an L shape. I'm going to place it over these middle 2 strands right here, and then I'm going to take my 4th strand and I'm going to go over this one. So I call it over 2, under 1, if that makes sense. Then I'm going to take this strand right here, I'm lifting it up so you can see which one. I'm going to put that under these 2 and through my loop, or my L, and then I'm going to start to pull. It kind of reminds me of tying, helping kids tie shoestrings, if you've ever had that experience. Okay, so gently I'm going to go up like this. Okay, now I'm going to repeat on the other side. You can start on whichever side you want, it's totally your choice. Okay, so I've got it over my 2, and then put it under my 1, my far string. Take that far string, go under these 2 cords, and through. And then we'll pull our knot together. We're going to do this again on this side. Just like this, over my 2. Take that other cord here and pull that through. Okay, so now as you can see, I have some square knots started there. In my design, I will have 3 square knots, so I'm going to do one more. Okay, and now you'll see how to integrate our shorter cords in our next step. In our next step, we're going to incorporate this 3rd cord of rope, and you'll do the 4th in just a moment. So we're going to place this under our 2 cords on one of the sides, going to just gently wrap it over like this. Okay. This helps us form our connection to do our diamond shape pattern. So here's my square knots up here, and then here is where we go off on one side and off on the other in preparation to make our diamond shape for our keychain. All right, so we've got this like this there. So these become my inner 2 cords, and I'm going to do the same process I did before. My triangle or my L over these 2, under the side one, bring that side cord up, bring it through my triangle, and make my square knot. What's awesome about macrame is if you mess up for any reason, you can just undo it and do that one square knot again. You haven't ruined your entire project or anything like that. You just begin again. Okay, so now you're going to start again on the other side, just like we have done before. One thing that you'll notice as I'm working, my knots aren't super tight. Some of that is so that you'll be able to see the definition in between the ropes. You may want to do yours a little more firmly, do them a little tighter. It's up to you. They won't come apart at the end or anything like that, as long as they're not super loose. Okay, so we're going to do our triangle again. We're going to take our side cord here. I've got them I'm going to loop my side cord through. Just like this. Oh, you know what? I made an error on that one. Sorry about that. Sometimes when I talk and I work, it doesn't always yield the best results. I'm leaving that in there just so that you know I'm human, I mess up. Okay, so we're doing our triangle. Here we go. Over these 2. And under this one. Take that cord. Slip it on through. And tie it tight. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do one more of these on this side, and then I'm going to switch to the other side. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on my other side. I'm going to take my extra cord, my shorter cord. I'm going to place it under here like this, and then fold it over. That's what helps tie it in. So I've completed my 3 square knots on either side of my beginning of my diamond shape, and now I'm going to show you how to put those together. You are going to have your 4 strands in the middle once again. You're not going to worry about these 2 strands or these 2 strands at this particular moment in time. Okay, so you've got your 4 strands, and to join them together, we are just going to do the same square knots that we've been doing. Okay, so I'm going to make my soft triangle over these 2, under this one, bring this cord up, and tie my knot. Okay, so you'll start to see how this is taking shape, kind of like a little diamond. All right, I'm going to do this on the other side, over these 2, under this one. Bring this up, and oops, and I don't want to get my cords twisted there. There we go. That one twisted a little bit. We'll fix that. Okay. So I want you to do 3 of these for sure. straighten those out. And if you want to continue to make the bottom part of your cord longer, like I did here, you certainly may. I'm going to do one more for our 3. Next I'm going to show you how to fray the ends so you've got a really cool look on your macrame keychain. One tool that I didn't mention in the beginning that you will need is a scissors. Your ropes will be pre-cut for you in your kit, but you will want the scissors to do this last part. So what I'm going to do, I am going to cut my strings because they are quite long over here. So I'm going to kind of cut them on, I don't know, angled, I guess. I'm going to cut both of mine at once. Oops. So that my outer one will be a little longer than my inner one. So I'm angling my scissors. How you cut them though, it's totally up to you. There we go. Same thing over here. I am going to do them approximately the same length for symmetry, but you do you in this case. You do whichever you like. So I'm going to cut these, and I am kind of cutting them on an angle a little bit. Oops. Okay. And then down here at the bottom, you can do whatever you like. I'm going to make mine a little bit shorter. Cutting on the angle again. Okay, and then my very last ones. These I am going to leave a little longer than the rest of my ends, but I don't want them too long for me personally, so I'm going to cut those. I will say my scissors is not the sharpest, so you'll probably do better with yours. Now, one of the keys to unraveling these, this one just unraveled a little bit on its own, but you can kind of pull apart these cords just real gently like this. You can kind of roll them out, and you don't want to unroll them all the way, just at the bottoms. So basically you're just untwisting that cord. There we go. This one had untwisted a little bit naturally. Okay, and I'm going to progress through all of those and let you see the finished product. All right, and here is your finished product with the frayed ends that you can do kind of your choice how much you want to fray on those. The other thing I wanted to mention was this is my my smaller keychain, same pattern, just a little bit smaller. For this one I used cord that was 24 inches long, for the longer 16 inches long for the shorter, so that was for the smaller keychain. This keychain I went with the pre-cut that you'll have in your kit, 48 inches long for the long ones, 32 inches long for the shorter ones. I really hope you've enjoyed this. This has rekindled my love for macrame. I learned it when I was a kid with my mom, and I hadn't done it for, let's just say, many years. So just doing this was really fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us this week.